What's up, y'all? I'm Andy Story with Wild Lumens, and today I'm going to show you the quick and easy way to make carnivore diet cheese chips with bacon. The other cool thing is I'm going to do a quick little experiment to see how they taste with hot dogs. I've made these in the past, but strictly with the bacon, so who knows if the hot dogs are going to taste good. I just figure it's something that we may be able to include in this quick and easy recipe. One thing I do want to mention is that this recipe has a ton of cheese in it. And if you're trying to eliminate cheese from your carnivore diet, then this is definitely not the recipe for you. But we have plenty of other recipes on this channel that are strict carnivore minus the cheese, so check those out. One other thing to check out is that little subscribe button down in the corner. If you guys are digging the carnivore diet and the carnivore content that we're able to provide, then please subscribe, drop a comment, hit that like button, let us know what you think. All we're gonna need for today's recipe is 4 things and 5 if you wanna try the hot dog recipe out. First, and most importantly in my book, is the bacon. I always use a sugar-free bacon, so be sure to check the ingredients when you buy bacon. Confirm that it is sugar-free, especially if you're trying out a carnivore diet protocol. The second ingredient is the hot dogs. These are grass-fed hot dogs from a reputable source. The third ingredient is going to be cheese. Go ahead and try and find yourself a grass-fed cheese if possible. If not, do the best you can with the budget you got. I totally get it. Now, you don't always have to use mozzarella cheese. I've made these in the past with cheddar and they taste just as good. And our fourth ingredient is going to be tallow. I like to use tallow just to use as kind of like an extra non-stick, even though this is a non-stick, probably unhealthy, cancer-causing cookie sheet, but we got to make do with what we got. I'll just be using this tallow, and the cool thing about this tallow is that it's actually infused with CBD, and I don't recommend this if you are a strict carnivore. CBD is coming from the plant kingdom and may not be compatible with your protocol. But I like to experiment, and that's what I did with my friend John. We went ahead and bought some hemp and infuse this tallow, and that's a whole other video which you guys can see below. And the final thing you're gonna need is the cookie sheet. So while you're getting your ingredients put together, go ahead and preheat your oven to 370. That's where we'll be cooking our cheese chips today. First things first, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking my bacon. I'm gonna use 4 strips of bacon, and then I'm gonna cook those to a little higher than well done, just so that they're a little on the crispier side. With the hot dogs, I'm probably just gonna leave these as is and just chop them up and then put them in. And then with the cheese, all we're gonna do, and we'll get to this shortly, is make little piles throughout the cookie sheet and then sprinkle on our cooked bacon and hot dog pieces, and then that's when we're gonna go ahead and bake them for about, I would say, 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your elevation. Okay guys, just got done cooking up the bacon, chopping it up, chopped up the experimental hot dog, and it's gonna be ready to go to put this all together. Before we do, I just wanna give a quick shout out to Jessica Haggard at Primal Edge Health. She's the author of the amazing book, The Carnivore Cookbook, which I'm going to highly recommend. I'm going to link to that below. As soon as I got that book, I was able to increase my knowledge on the carnivore diet as well as my cooking capabilities, because as you know, the carnivore diet can get dull if you don't know what you're doing. And that book will definitely make sure that you do know what you're doing and make things taste a lot better and more fun to make when you're in the kitchen. There's 2 ways to do these cheese chips. You can either do the one style where you put little piles of cheese and then you let that create its own little circular chip, or you can cover the entire cookie sheet with 1 layer, cook them up, and then cut them. Today I'm gonna be doing the little piles just because I wanted to keep the hot dog version separate from the bacon bit version. And while we're talking about the cookie sheet, I've definitely got this lubed up in some tallow. Now, you don't have to use tallow. You can also use a duck fat or some lard or something else that should do the trick. Let's go ahead and make our little piles. Oh, by the way, you're gonna wanna get some shredded cheese, as you can see, otherwise it really wouldn't work as well. And when all of your piles are created, you can go ahead and sprinkle on the bacon or bacon bits. Now I used 4 slices of bacon, and if you're wanting these to be a little more meaty, then by all means add some more meat. You can never have too much meat in my book. You just want to be sure that the bacon is on top of the cheese, because when it melts and starts to harden, you want it to all be attached. And then the experimental hot dog version, who I have no idea how this one is gonna taste. Boom, we got them ready to go. I got 1, 2, 3 times 4, so 12 cheese chips in total, ready to be baked. Let's put these in the oven for 8 minutes. All right, we are back from the oven. These guys have been cooking for 8 minutes. I've let them cool off for about, I don't know, 5 to 8 more minutes, so they should be good. As you can notice, they are definitely expanding into each other, which I didn't really want, but this time I used a good amount of cheese. The first time I made these with the cheddar cheese, I didn't have as much cheese, so they were definitely spread apart a lot more so than they are now, which I didn't really take into account this time. But no big deal, because all we got to do is cut these to the exact size that we want them. All you need to do is get yourself a spatula, and they should come up pretty easy because of the amount of tallow that I used. Check that out. It's really cool. I guess since I have the scissors out, I'm just going to cut them into each little circular chip into halves, just so that they go a little farther. Yeah, it pretty much just peels right off with that tallow. And there you go, guys. Carnivore diet, cheese chips with bacon and hot dog. I'm gonna try and test it out really quick. As suspected, super tasty with the bacon. Cheese and bacon is a great combo. I like to use these as little snacks. I do want to try out the hot dog. I got the hot dog one right here. The hot dog one tastes amazing. In fact, I think I might do a whole other video dedicated just to making these with hot dogs. These are definitely, with all the tallow, the cheese, the hot dog, the bacon, definitely have a high fat content. As you can see with my hands covered in tallow. Definitely not the cleanest thing to eat, but one of the tastiest things you could eat. So there we go, guys. I really appreciate y'all watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe if you get a chance, if you liked it. And I'm off to go make another video. Thanks a million for watching.